PicoCTF challenge more cookies. Description says, I forgot cookies can be modified client-side, so now I decided to encrypt them. So we can expect some encryption on cookies. On this page, let's see hints. It's a link to the wiki page about homomorphic encryption, which is a form of encryption that allows computations to be performed on encrypted data without first having to decrypt it. That's interesting, but I don't like wiki pages, and I don't know math. Let's see what Brilliant says about it. Homomorphic encryption is malleable by design. A malleable crypto system is one in which anyone can intercept a ciphertext, transform it into another ciphertext, and then decrypt that into a plain text that makes sense. So be careful if you are sending some messages that are only homomorphic encrypted, because if somebody intercepts them, it could be modified in a way that when it gets decrypted, it could mean something completely opposite. Let's take a look at some walkthroughs. This guy is looking at some write-up that's talking about CBC bit flip. That's completely wrong assumption, but looks like it's working. You can solve this challenge by having a wrong assumption. Same as this guy. But if you want to learn more about homomorphic encryption, you can take a look at this 6-minute introduction at zama.ai. At the end there are also some demos you could try, like image filtering, or you can visit this awesome homomorphic encryption repo where it contains libraries, toolkits, application, databases, and so on to learn more. Let's get back to the challenge and try to solve it. To solve this challenge, I'm going to use CAIDO and only CAIDO. Here is our request to the challenge page and cookie, which looks like base64 encoded. Now let's decode it. Output is still some kind of encoding, I would say. I'd not expect homomorphic encryption ciphertext to look like this. So if it's again base64 encoded, we need to add a new workflow. Let's add to base64 decode node. Click, 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 click. Save. It will be called base64 decode times 2. Save. Go back to the history. And now if I select this, I can double decode it. Now the output looks like some gibberish, which is probably a raw ciphertext. In the next step, I want to change every byte by 1 bit, the last bit. So if somewhere there it says admin equals 1 or 0, I want that 0 to be 1. But now the issue is, I said I want to solve this using only CAIDO. So let's see what we got here. Besides super nice workflows tab, we have assistant tab, where we can chat with GPT 3.5. So I don't know how to code that part to transform every byte, and I don't want to write code outside CAIDO. I'm gonna say, give me simple PowerShell script that will do convert a string to byte array, then loop through an array and store every byte with 1 and print modified string, but for every iteration, modification should be done on original string value. This looks like it could work, but I wanna first do one more thing here. I want to double A64 encode output. Alright. For the record, I'm on Windows OS, so I asked for PowerShell script because if we go to the workflows tab, we can say back to the list, new convert workflow, and make double decode, and then we have the shell node. So in the shell node, we can choose our shell. So I'm on Windows, I can choose between CMD and PowerShell. If you are on Mac or Linux, you have these three. For me, it's gonna be PowerShell. Save that, and the code in the shell will be this code. There, save, and I want to double encode at the end. Somewhere there. Don't need this one. And modified string I don't need. I will use row bytes. Actually, I don't need from string conversion. Just add bytes there. This looks okay. Let's add one more thing. Actually, I don't want to double decode here because it could break something by passing raw ciphertext because it looks like gibberish. It's hard to represent it as valid ASCII. So only one time decode there, and then second time I will do it inside this script. I guess it's like this, but from actually just run if this works at all. Yes, it should be something like convert and then from base 64 string. Now instead of hello world, I want to take whatever I got from base64 decode node. To do that, because I'm using PowerShell, I'm gonna write there input. This is special variable in PowerShell that takes everything that's passed to the script. Save this, and I hope it will work with this cookie. And as we can see, it works successfully. Also, if I just select this and convert it, I'm getting results here. Copy everything and send this request to the Automate tab. Now, inside Automate tab, cookie mark, I want to use simple list, paste my created payloads there, strategy sequential, and start. Now I'm gonna sort it by status code. And there we go. Only one with 302. Let's test that in the browser. Here we are in the browser. Let's find that cookie. Replace the value. Refresh. And there we go.